Jackson on the drive, kicks it out for man. Man, three-pointer, bang! Oh, what a man!
Magic down the middle, just what I thought. A hook shot at 12, good!
Here's Michael at the foul line, a shot on Elo, good!
The Bulls win! They win it!
Now there's a steal by Bird, underneath the DJ, going up over Bell, ball away, yes! Yes! At the buzzer, he does it! Was there ever a doubt? A Smith screen, Posey will defend. Oh! LeBron James with no regard for human life.
It's a physical game. Oh, man, oh, my. A monster jam by Blake Griffin.
Oh, man. I think tonight's a double intro night. I think it might be one of those. Let's go, Laker fans. How are you feeling tonight? Oh, my goodness. That was a good game. Come on. Let's bring the comments.
Now there's a steal by Bird. Underneath the DJ, lays it in.
Going up over Bell, ball away.
Yes!
Yes! At the buzzer, he does it. Was there ever a doubt? A Smith screen, Posey will defend. Oh! LeBron James with no regard for human life. It's a physical game.
Oh, me, oh, my. A monster jam by Blake Griffin.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another post-game live here at the 2023 NBA playoffs. For this one, the series we've all been waiting for, as we are live from Los Angeles, California, here on Dime Dropper. Before we get started, you already know the drill. Make sure to subscribe on the YouTube channel for all LA sports and LA basketball content. Hit the notification bell so you know every single time I go live. And of course, follow your boy on social media at Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Dime Dropper Pod. Or Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at Dime Dropper Pod. Wow, what a game. The Lakers and the Warriors. The Lakers getting the game one win, stealing home court advantage in what was a pretty neck-and-neck game the entire way. In my opinion, it felt like the Lakers deserved to win the game. The Dubs made a little push at the end, but the Lakers brought it home even when the crowd got going. I'm going to give a shout out to everybody in the live tonight. Obviously, I already know what kind of night this is going to be. Lakers win, big time game. Going to be a lot of people in the video. So everybody, thank you for the support. Super chats are turned on. If you want to drop a dollar or a dime, any donation counts. Anything helps your boy. Laker fans, I know you're feeling real good. Warriors fans, this is also a safe space. No bias here, no narratives. I'm just going to tell you how I saw it. And it was an amazing, amazing game that we saw tonight. Game one in the second round. I'll also be talking about the Heat and the Knicks after game two. But 117 to 112 is the final for the Lakers. They win it in the Chase Center. Now, to start off the game, you obviously saw Draymond Green remain in the starting lineup. We saw him start in game 7 for Golden State. They wanted to add that defense back in there. Now, you saw him guarding Jared Vanderbilt and Steph Curry starting out on D'Angelo Russell. On the Lakers side of things, you saw LeBron guarding Andrew Wiggins, Jared Vanderbilt on Steph Curry, Austin Reeves on Klay Thompson, and then what's his name? On Looney. Was it AD on Looney? Yeah. Draymond, also, you also saw LeBron on Draymond a lot, and the Lakers were not giving certain shooters any respect, and rightfully so. Draymond Green, Kevon Looney, Gary Payton, Dante DiVincenzo. Some of those aren't even shooters, I should say. I should have said players. They were giving them no respect, and this was hurting the Warrior offense. However, you started to see it more and more as the game went on because Klay Thompson got the Warriors off to a good start with a couple of shots coming off screens. And look, Austin Reeves, he was trying really hard, and I think he put in a great effort defensively tonight. But at times, Klay Thompson, he just has really, really solid size at that shooting guard position. 6'7", is able to rise over the top. And he was hot in the first quarter. I think he had 10 points in the first quarter, and they were up 14-7. But I believe that would be the largest lead the Warriors would have all game long. Let me check. They had an 8-point lead at one point. Anthony Davis had 14 points in the first quarter, and he was doing it in a number of ways. Catching the ball, a lot of times just catching the ball in the elbow or in the mid-range area on the left side of the court, and the Lakers would just clear it out. Also, on the pick and roll, the Lakers attacked Steph a little bit, but a lot of times what they tried to do was put Looney in that pick and roll and drop coverage. And AD really good at those push shots. Obviously, he's a lob threat. He's a putback threat. And Austin Reeves and D'Angelo Russell have shown a really good ability to hit those shots in the in-between game. LeBron, I really like the approach he's taken to be more off the ball. Hold on one second, guys. Hold on one second. Yo, Joseph, I think you're trying to ask me my thoughts about the game. There's 63 people looking at me answering the phone right now on the live. So why don't you hop into the live? Sorry about that, guys. Laker fan, my good friend, my Laker fans always want to know my thoughts after these games. So thankfully we got even Laker fans that I don't even know anymore want to know the thoughts. But let's keep on moving. Anthony Davis was doing it in a number of ways. In that pick and roll, he has the ability to hit that push shot. As I said, D'Lo and Austin Reeves hitting the in-between game. LeBron, I like the willingness and the sacrifice he's shown to trust those guys in the pick and roll and then stand on the wing and shoot threes. Look, I think there were times where he needed to do that even more with Russ, but I don't think he trusted Russ enough offensively in the half court, especially for that Laker team. But now with the spacing that they have and D'Lo and Austin Reeves, he feels comfortable trusting them with the ball so he can save the tank to be more on ball later in the game. Now, as far as his three-point shooting, it can be very hit or miss. Tonight, it was miss. But I do like the way he was still able to make plays, had 2 or 3 cuts, and found AD for a layup or a dunk underneath the rim. And LeBron, overall, he still is going to play smart basketball. He's still a guy you want to have out there. And the problem is with the Warriors, and this is what I said in the preview, they're going to have to make LeBron play defense. And I'm not saying LeBron didn't play defense. He had very timely blocks, solid rim protection, affected a couple of shots, but they didn't make him move in the half court. They did not make him move. And that's not to say that the Warriors weren't moving without the ball. The normal suspects are moving without the ball. Jordan Poole, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson. But what the Lakers' strategy was to play a lot of guys topside to prevent them from coming off screens for open threes. Usually what's available for those Warriors is the back cuts or are the back cuts when guys are playing them topside. But AD, Jared Vanderbilt, LeBron, whoever was guarding Looney and Draymond, when they were setting that screen, they were sagging off a lot. They were basically sitting in the paint, and it was considered legal guarding position. So they weren't even getting dinged for 3-second violations. It was considered legal guarding position because the officials themselves know that Draymond and Kevon Looney aren't going to look to shoot. I mean, Draymond went back to the allergic to shooting thing in this game. It was, let's see how many shots he took. 9. But man, you have to make him take those. I mean, he was not looking at the basket. He was not being guarded in this game. Kevon Looney the same, but at least he's crashing the glass. The thing is, a couple of times the Warriors were able to exploit that in the first half when, because they were sitting so deep, you go to the dribble handoff action, and when the guys don't do a good enough job getting over the screens, sometimes they can do a good job getting over screens. The Warrior players are still going to get those clean looks. Jordan Poole had a couple of threes in that second quarter. I believe he had 13 points in that second quarter. Steph Curry had a couple of shots. Klay Thompson was he was hotter than Steph Curry in the first half. And then Andrew Wiggins was also knocking down a couple of shots. But outside of that, you got nothing from the Warrior bench. You're getting nothing scoring-wise from Draymond and Looney, and they're actively making it harder offensively for the other guys on their team. Because as I'm saying, when they're guarding top side and then AD and them are sitting in the paint, that takes away the back cut. Now the shot coming off the screen is taken away. Now you got to go into something different. That's when you might need to put Steph Curry on the ball more. First half, though, it didn't necessarily matter because the Warriors were still up at halftime. I believe it was 65-64. No, Lakers were up 1 at halftime, 65-64. And I felt good because of how uber aggressive Anthony Davis was and how terrified the Warriors looked of going into the paint against him. They were shooting a lot of threes. You know that's going to be what the Warriors do. The Lakers are not a very good three-point shooting team. Despite the fact that they're improved, Warriors are going to try to play and win the math game. But the Lakers are going to try to pound the Warriors in the paint with Anthony Davis. There's something about the Warriors that people don't talk about enough, is that they have not played elite bigs enough in the playoffs. As I said, before playing Jokic last year, the most elite big, true big they played was probably Zebo and Marc Gasol or Anthony Davis in 2018. But they've never played them when they've had adequate help around them. This is the first time they're doing so. And so far, not so good. Kevon Looney, great defender. Don't think he can guard AD when he's on this type of time, when he's hitting the mid-range, when he's hitting the 18-footer. I mean, there was one turnaround over the left shoulder he had. This was the Anthony Davis that every Laker fan wants to see consistently, the one that has the potential to go down as one of the greatest power forwards to ever play this game if he was like this consistently. He is still a fantastic player. He will be a Hall of Famer. He is so unique, but it's when he plays with this kind of intensity on both ends of the floor where it feels like he's literally affecting 80% of the plays on both ends of the floor from a defensive standpoint, offensive, on the boards. He is one of the best players in the NBA, and on this night, he was the best player on the floor. And Steph Curry has to be the best player on the floor for Golden State to have a chance because I'm taking the advantage Lakers. You saw the way guys like Dennis Schroeder came into the game. How about Dennis Schroeder tonight, Laker fans? Let me hear what you think about him because so often we go to Dennis Schroeder as a guy that's a scapegoat in ways. He obviously has had his playoff duds in a Laker uniform dating back to 2021. But the way this guy came in the game was getting to the line, was hitting foul shots, taking advantage of that drop coverage, and more importantly, guarding Steph Curry. I remember he created 2 offensive fouls in a span of 5 minutes, one where he clean misses Fields, Diddy Reese. Let's go in LA staple. Diddy Reese cookied his ass at half court, and then another one where he drew an offensive foul. Dennis Schroeder came out with intensity like he always does, but he played really, really well. But overall, the Warriors were still in it because of the Klay Thompson, Andrew Wiggins shooting well. Looney was still doing a good job on the glass. But if you're the Lakers, Vando, Dennis Schroeder, they kept Stephen Curry in check in that first half. 4 minutes only for Wenyen Gabriel. And I think he only played in the first half because Anthony Davis went the whole second half tonight, guys. The whole second half. This is the guy they call street clothes. He was playing 44 minutes. Now, I wonder if that's going to be sustainable. I wonder if you don't want him to get hurt. But this is what you load manage him for in the regular season. Talking about we don't want to play him back-to-back to the end. This is what you load manage him for. By the way, shout out to the live. 81 people in the chat. I think that's just a sign from God that Big Bean is watching the Dimey guy right now, seeing his Lakers win 117-112 over the Dubs. Now, second half, I was thinking to myself, even though the Lakers are really comfortable right now, not really comfortable, shouldn't be comfortable, but I said I would feel pretty good if I was a Laker fan. I tweeted that out because I felt that the Lakers it felt hard. It was just a lot of threes, and even though it's the Warriors, I still don't trust the 3-ball as much as getting to the line and getting in the paint. And as much as I think that, I kind of want the Warriors to win the series, even though I'm pretty neutral, but the LeBron stands are just unbearable for me. They're just very unbearable. The Steph stands aren't great either. I'm not going to lie, but I don't know. I just don't like the LeBron ones as much because I talked about it too much. I don't want to make this about them. It doesn't matter who I want to win the series, but in terms of my stylistic favoritism, I want the Lakers. I like the style the Lakers are playing. I am pro defense, rebounding, domination in the paint. Live by the 3, die by the 3. The Warriors, the reason why they were a championship team is not just because of their uncanny ability to shoot the 3-ball. They also embrace the mid-range. They also move without the ball. They take the right threes with the right personnel. And more importantly, they guard. The Lakers guard too, though. You know what I'm saying? And as I said, the strategy was fantastic. Guarding the Warrior players top side, having AD and LeBron and Jared Vanderbilt sit off of those guys that are non-shooters. Not really Vanderbilt because he was guarding Curry mostly, but LeBron and Anthony Davis mainly. And look, you can get the ball to Draymond Green to turn and go. He doesn't want to challenge LeBron and Anthony Davis at the rim. He doesn't. And then when Gary Payton's coming in, missing all these wide open threes, I don't think he made one. 0 for 2 from deep. Moses Moody played 6 minutes. The only thing I remember him doing really well was getting this insane offensive rebound. This one amazing offensive rebound. But Jordan Poole, I will say, he brought it. JaMychal Green played 8 minutes in this game, hit 2 threes, and that's another guy the Lakers were just leaving wide open. I'm surprised they didn't play him more in the second half. Only 6 points in 8 minutes. I shouldn't say only 6 points, but only 8 minutes. But Dante DiVincenzo, another guy, 12 minutes, not giving the Warriors anything. I'm very disappointed in DiVincenzo so far these playoffs. He just doesn't look very confident right now. Only one shot attempt. It sounds like he's not even he's not really even being aggressive. Third quarter, though, the Lakers started to impose their will a little bit. D'Angelo Russell and Austin Reeves started putting Curry in the action. And it wasn't really just, whoever Curry's guarding, go set a screen. It was mostly get Curry switched on to D'Lo and then put him in the pick and roll. And D'Lo was getting into his mid-range bag. One that probably shouldn't have been called. Shout out to Kevin Schwang right there with the super sticker with the $5. Appreciate you, man. Everything is appreciated. I'll try my best. Everybody in the lab right now really appreciate you. But D'Lo was in his bag to start that quarter, getting into the mid-range. And this is D'Lo's first second-round game. Credit to him. He showed up to the task. And defensively, I have not seen D'Angelo Russell be some kind of liability so far in this second stint with the Lakers. Obviously, I love how he embraces the mid-range. But when he's playing like this, he is an all-star caliber player. He is that third star kind of guy that we saw in Brooklyn. He should be in his prime right now, and I think he is. He's learned a lot. He seems like he's more mature, and the way he plays, the shots that he makes, he's a tough shot maker. That game is built for the playoffs. The only thing about D'Lo is it's his consistency. Those are tough shots to live off of. It's a tough shot diet. So when he doesn't make those shots, sometimes he doesn't really do much else. But I don't really believe that fully because I think he's a pretty good passer. Not pretty good. He's a very good passer, underrated. And defensively, as I said, he's not terrible to me so far with the Lakers. Now, obviously, it looks a lot easier when you have Anthony Davis back there. I want to just make it very clear. The Lakers team they play good defense, but like 90% of this is because of AD. The amount of ground he covers is insane. The Warriors were scared shitless to go in the paint. Let's be real. They weren't going up in the paint strong. Everybody wants to talk about the free throw disparity. Look, there were a couple of bad calls on jump shooters, and Schroeder flopped a couple times and all that. But if we really want to micro-analyze every single call, there were some calls the Lakers didn't get. Like I remember one time in the first half, Looney went for an offensive rebound and knocked LeBron over the head. Should have been an over-the-back foul. Wasn't called. Does it really matter? Not really, because the Lakers were just the better team, in my opinion. They went to the basket. The Warriors shot 53 threes. And mind you, they made 39.6% of them. But they were also 22 for 53 from 2, which tells you what kind of presence Anthony Davis had. Because when they did put Anthony Davis in the action, in the second half, the adjustment was he went to more of that shallow drop. Earlier, he was in that deeper drop because he was, sagging off of Kevon Looney and Draymond Green. He wanted to protect the rim. But then he got into that shallow drop, and he was taking away clean looks for different shooters. And the Lakers went up by 10. Klay Thompson was really the only one going for the Warriors. Steph Curry, they wasn't able to get the ball because, the motion offense was running its course, and the Lakers are doing a good job denying, especially with Jared Vanderbilt, who's using his length to bother Curry and chase him over the top of screens pretty well. When you have Vando behind you in your rear view, AD coming up in that shallow drop, there is not that much room to maneuver. Even if Steph Curry tries to do that same thing he did against Sabonis or against the Kings, or he waits for AD to retreat and then tries to step back, Jared Vanderbilt is pretty tall. So and obviously has really long arms, like a damn near 7-foot wingspan. He might have a 7-foot wingspan. That's not easy to get that shot off. But the Lakers, and by the way, Steph Curry went to the bench. He's been doing that, sitting at the 6-minute mark in the first quarter, second quarter, and third quarter. He ends that first quarter and that third quarter. But in this game, he was taken out at that 5 or 6 minute mark when the Warriors were down by 10. I was very nervous for them in that moment. But Klay and Wiggins and Poole, I believe, were able to kind of keep them in the game. It was a lot of Klay Thompson, him kind of as the initiator, and then, trying to get him freed up off of screens. But with Curry going to the bench, I was pretty nervous for the Warriors, but they were able to manage towards the end of it. And Steph didn't come in to end that third quarter, which made me know right away that Steph was going to play the entire fourth. Now, a certain problem for the Warriors in this game was having those two bigs out there at once, because now you have two non-shooters, and the way Vando, Reeves, And AD as a help defender, even LeBron as well at times, that is not easy to get clean looks off. And as opposed to the Lakers, where you're running high pick and rolls with AD and D'Angelo or Austin Reeves, you got to account for their mid-range game. It's crazy how much fewer LeBron is running pick and roll with AD now because of those guys. But I actually like it because you're really conserving LeBron in the right way. He is sacrificing. Like, this is what I've always wanted LeBron to do sometimes, is sacrifice more. Fuck your stats. And that's the thing. That's where everybody's going to get on him now, is the stats don't look good. He didn't shoot the ball well. He still made big plays to me. He rebounded, got a couple of big blocks. He still plays smart. It's LeBron James. And he still has to be accounted for at all times. So 9 for 24, fine. It doesn't matter. They're winning a games for a reason. He's sacrificing. He's becoming a little uncomfortable. He's trying to go to that catch and shoot mode. That's to make other guys comfortable. That's to get the most out of D'Lo. This is the type of things that Larry Bird did, Magic Johnson did, to make everyone around them better. If you want to criticize LeBron, you got to be a little consistent. At least with me, I'm consistent. I don't like, it's not just LeBron, by the way. If you listen to me, you know how anti I am. A lot of the guys that just dominate the ball, and even guys that choose to do it when they have other good players on the team and they underestimate their ability to create. What I love is that LeBron really trusts Reeves. He really trusts Reeves, and he's shown D'Lo the respect as well. But this was the problem for the Dubs, is having those two bigs in at the same time. And when they go out, right, 10-point game, 86-76, 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Moses Moody comes in for Wiggins, Jordan Poole comes in for Looney, and Gary Payton comes in for Steph. So now you go small with Draymond at the 5, but you also have Gary Payton in with them. So you still have two non-shooters in that respect. You just have Poole, Moody, and Klay. It's just tough. It's just tough. And that was the lineup they rode with until DiVincenzo came in the game at let's see, when did DiVincenzo come in? 124 for Moody. So yeah, Moody only got a really quick burn in that second half. I think that was one of the possessions where he got that rebound, was big time. And then Wiggins came right back in for Payton. I think Wiggins played like 40 minutes in this game. But AD going the whole second half, I did not expect that. I will say credit to the Warriors for getting it to a single-digit game, even though they were down by 10 when Steph went out, to make it an 8-point game going into the fourth. And they made their run in the fourth. However, it was after the Lakers went up by 14 points. When LeBron hit this 18-footer, and he started to play better in that fourth quarter, LeBron, when he hit that 18-footer, I thought the game was done. AD was a beast. Dennis Schroeder got to the basket. When Jared Vanderbilt made that corner three, I was like, all right. I think the Lakers got him tonight. And you could just see the defense that Vando was playing against Steph. The stats may not show it all the way, but the way he was chasing him over screens. And in the fourth quarter, they did start to go more Steph pick and roll. And granted, they got a lot of much better looks. So the formula for the Warriors is this: to play one big, honestly, as much as you can, and then put Steph in the pick and roll a lot. The thing is, he can't do it all game, but there is a balance to be found. And I think that they were too, motion heavy, so that the Steph stands, they get their wish. The Warriors lose because they didn't give Steph the ball, so they can blame everything on the coach. But there was other aspects of the Warriors not winning. And the Lakers, just dominating on the inside. And look, the Warriors have struggled to play defense without fouling all season. So don't give me that whole, it was just a ref disparity. The Warriors struggled to play defense without fouling all season. And Draymond, by the way, was not guarding Davis. So if Draymond's not going to guard AD, he's not going to look at the basket. Just him making 3 or 4 nice, passes throughout the game, that's not enough, because he's doing more detrimental things offensively just by them not guarding him than anything else. He has to guard Anthony Davis, or his presence in the series has to be limited, and they face the same dilemma they did in the first 3 games of the finals last year. So Draymond Green, he has to be a threat. It's the same conversation. See, the reason why the motion offense worked so much better back in the 2015 and 16 is because Draymond was a really good offensive player then too. He was able to hit the 3-ball with consistency. He was looking at the basket. Now he's not even looking at the rim. It puts a lot of pressure on Steph, Klay, and Wiggins. You know what I'm saying? And they had KD in the past to mitigate all that shit. Now it's a little different. it's a little different. So you need Poole to play well. And he did, by the way. So the fact that Klay Thompson, Jordan Poole, and Klay Thompson ended up not shooting that great, but Jordan Poole, Andrew Wiggins, let me look at the box score. No, yeah, I guess, yeah, they didn't shoot that great, 40.6%. But they shot well from three, 39.6%. The threes were the only reason they were in the game. I remember talking to my dad watching the game, and I was like, it feels like the Lakers are up way more than this. It was like a 6-point game, like 98-92. And it was because the Warriors were hitting the three ball. But overall, the Lakers went up by about 14. I thought they were home free, but the Warriors didn't quit. As I said, Steph Curry, getting good looks in that pick and roll. They were starting to get a little bit more of those 4-on-3s. He was starting to get going a little bit. Klay Thompson hit a big three. There was a sequence where Andrew Wiggins got like 3 offensive rebounds in a row. Jordan Poole hit a big three, and it was only a 3-point game. And they were able to tie the game on a Steph Curry 3. And then, because the Lakers just went cold, I want to say, like AD missed a contested layup. LeBron started missing jump shots. LeBron went cold at the end. And then even D'Lo missed a couple of shots. Steph Curry made a big 3 on the right wing to tie the game at 112. And then D'Lo, I want to say with about a minute and a half left, so clutch, hit that bank shot. I think it was against Curry, but I could be wrong. And the Lakers, they were starting to involve Curry and Poole in the action. But I think that the Warriors, honestly, in the fourth quarter did a decent enough job defending. Let me see how many points they allowed in the fourth. 21. So, yeah, they actually did a decent enough job defending in that fourth quarter. I thought Steph was fine. I thought Poole was fine. Actually, Poole was better than fine. I think Poole did the best job I've ever seen him do fighting over screens in that stretch. That was part of the reason they got back in the game, too. And also, let me check if they went to that one big look. I think they did. I tweeted that. I said, are they going to go one big? And they went with Poole, Wiggins, Steph, Klay, and Draymond. And they started getting back in it. The only con there is, will AD dominate? Will the Lakers get you on the glass with Vando, with LeBron? But part of the reason they got back in the game was because Ham took Vando out. I think he wanted the offense. Let me see when they took Vando out real quick. Because Vando had played the entire beginning of the fourth, right? He was guarding Curry, doing a really good job. I think he had played like 7 minutes. Let's see. He comes out around the 5-minute mark. Yeah, 5 minutes and 17 seconds. D'Angelo Russell enters the game for Jared Vanderbilt. Lakers are up by 8 points, 112-104. And then slowly but surely, the Warriors get back into the game. Schroeder goes on to Steph. And Steph, not to say Schroeder was doing a bad job. He was just starting to get going. And they had some success with the guard pick and screen and roll action, or pick and pop action, with Jordan Poole setting the screen, Steph setting the screen. So you could see the blueprint of what you will probably be seeing the Warriors do in game 2. But big shot by D'Lo, and then a block by AD on Steph on the other way. LeBron got fouled, made 1 out of 2. So it's 115-112. Jordan Poole missed a floater or a jumper. AD then got the rebound. LeBron missed a 3. Wasn't a good shot. Legs were gone. And then the controversial one to end the game. Jordan Poole's shot. Now, Steph Curry was getting double teamed at half court by Reeves and Vando. He gives the ball up to Draymond. If it's the second quarter, if it's the first quarter, if it's the third quarter, if it's the fourth quarter of a regular season game, I'm doing exactly what Draymond did and made that pass every time. But considering Jordan Poole had just missed, and whose team this is, who you have on your team, you got to go right back to Curry. I don't blame Jordan Poole for taking the shot. The only thing would say is take a step in, brother. That's really deep. But the defense is that's the type of shot Jordan Poole lives off of. Is he more comfortable shooting that off the catch than potentially taking 1 or 2 dribbles in and pulling up from right behind the line? Maybe he is. Maybe he's more comfortable shooting that catch and shoot shot. Nonetheless, I think if it were me as a Warriors fan, I think Draymond should have just gone back to Curry. Just gone back to Curry, because the thing is, Vando left Curry. He went back to Draymond. So I think Curry would have been able to get the ball free off of Reeves. And then it would have just been down to him trying to dance one-on-one for a 3 ball. Jordan Poole should have gone in, taken a step in. But overall, that is not the reason that the Warriors lost. The Lakers win it 117-112. A huge win. Huge. Take a 1-0 lead in the series and have home court advantage, putting the Warriors in a must-win situation in Game 2. Now, a question also to be asked, should the Warriors have called timeout? That's going to be, that's always a discussion to be had. Maybe he probably should have, but I think Steve Kerr's idea was, if I can get Steph a transition 3 or Klay a transition 3 with the defense scrambling or just without Darvin being able to kind of scheme it, that's always the dilemma to have as a coach if you want to do that. And honestly, I don't blame Steve Kerr. Trust Steph Curry. You know what I'm saying? Trust your team of vets to get the job done and get a decent shot to tie the game. They didn't do that. The Lakers came up big. What a win for them. Who do I start with? Let me know. Who do you think I should start with, guys? The Warriors' perspective of why they lost or why the Lakers won? You let me know in the comments right now while I drink a sip of water at the 30-minute mark. Let's see what you got. Come on. NV, Edward, hold on. Bro, what are you talking about? I just took a huge Kawhi in my toilet. I feel 10 pounds lighter. You really turned on him, huh? Edward is that guy that loves Luka, and he's a Manchester United fan, so he's a bozo, of course. Looney? Yo, I'm asking you. Oh, yeah, so Lakers. You want me to talk about Lakers first? Man, that is some holy water. All right. Respect Edward, they say. Let's do it. Lakers. Overall, the Lakers did not win this game because of free throws, man. Y'all Warriors fans need to quit it. I'm an unbiased perspective here. Yes, I'm an LA sports channel, but I've also said I kind of want the Warriors to win. Overall, it doesn't really matter. I want to see great basketball, and that's what we saw in this game. The Lakers attacked the basket more. The Warriors had what? 14 more shot attempts in the game. The Lakers had, let me open up those stats. The Lakers had 23 more free throw attempts. The Warriors shot 53 threes. The Lakers shot 25. The Lakers attacked the basket more. How about all the shots that weren't taken by the Warriors because of AD's presence? Come on, man. They were scared to go in the paint, hesitant, going up weak. Draymond Green wanted, just some of the floaters he was throwing up, dude, missing layups at the rim. AD was affecting everything, even on those shallow drops, those floaters he was blocking. I mean, come on, man. The Lakers, every single thing that the Laker fans said was going to happen in this series happened in that game 1. They were more physical. AD was not to be stopped. That was a Shaq stat line he put up. The Warriors are living off the 3. They shot well and still lost. And the Lakers had more depth. D'Lo, Reeves, Schroeder, these guys came to play. You got a good pool game, but you didn't get anything from DiVincenzo. Gary Payton's not hitting anything. And 2 guys on the offensive side for the Warriors are not being guarded. You need to make an adjustment. Try to get to more Curry on the ball because right now the rest of the team is not performing at the level that you want. And that forces AD to just come up a little bit more. You just got to get him to drag him out a little bit more. That's one of the adjustments that the Warriors are going to make. I know they're going to do it. And also, you got to make LeBron try to guard more. He's too comfortable around the basket. He had a couple of big blocks. You got to make him guard and chase guys a little bit more. Wiggins as the screener. Why didn't they go to that at all? They should try to go to that. See, if he's going to go, is LeBron going to switch on to Curry? Because by all means, let him. Because there was a couple times that LeBron was switched on to Jordan Poole, and Poole blew by him easily at the end. So you got to try to make LeBron guard more. And you have to try to drag AD out. I'm not saying spam high pick and roll every second steps in the game, but you got to give the ball to your best player a little bit more. This is the old conversation always between Steph fans and the Warriors fans. Look, the motion offense is incredible. It's revolutionized the game. But right now, Draymond Green not being a threat makes it very different than 2016, 2015. That's the reality. And even Andrew Bogut had more offensive touch and skill than Looney. Looney, by the way, who shot jumpers at UCLA. I don't know why he's taking that out of his game. If he could shoot a foul line jumper, it would go a long way. But he at least is killing it on the glass. The adjustments for the Warriors, you got to play one big a lot more, maybe exclusively. The problem is AD, the interior defense, the boards. But you got to trust Wiggins, Klay, Draymond to take care of it. And for Draymond to be able to guard Anthony Davis one-on-one and for everybody else to stay home. The only person that could potentially help off a little bit is the guy guarding Vando. But overall, try to make Anthony Davis go at Draymond Green one-on-one, let Draymond be physical, and if you get AD playing poorly, then that's all it takes for the Warriors. And then obviously Curry on the ball more. Am I missing anything else? As I said, yes, put LeBron in the action, especially if he's guarding Wiggins, make Wiggins a screener. And Draymond just needs to look at the basket more. But let's read the lines. And don't tell me about free throw attempts, please. I mean, as I said, I'm unbiased with this. There's nothing to, I'm a Clipper fan. There's nothing to do with Lakers or Warriors. I just want to see good basketball. 14 more shot attempts for the Warriors. Okay. 53 threes. The Lakers shot 25 threes. 29 free throw attempts to 6 for the Warriors. 6. They weren't really going in the paint like that. And when they were getting blocked. They were getting swatted. AD was changing shots. Completely changing shots. And let's be honest, because I've actually watched Warriors games this season. And Warriors fans, you have to admit it. They have had a problem guarding without fouling all year. All year. Yes, some of the fouls, landing space fouls, I think were a little bit bullshit. I do. Like one of them on D'Lo. There was one on AD in the first half where if you're going to give that to him, you got to give one or two of those to Steph as well. But officiating was not the only reason the Warriors lost. I don't think it's any reason, to be honest. Maybe you think it's a minimal reason or you think it's everything they lost. I disagree. Lakers are more physical, generating easier shots, won the paint battle. AD was the best player on the floor. He was dominant on both ends. And the Lakers just got more help from the supporting cast. Poole was good. But I mean, let's just read the lines then. Why not? To prove it. JaMychal Green, 6 points. Gary Payton II, 2 points. DiVincenzo a donut. Moody a donut. Draymond Green, 6 points. So right there, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players with the combined 14 points. That's nothing. Kevon Looney had, 10 points, 23 rebounds, and 5 assists. Jesus Christ, 23 rebounds, 7 offensive rebounds. He was 5 for 11 from the field. I thought he played really well. But in drop coverage, he's it's hard for him. How about let's see what the rebounding disparity was. 49 rebounds for the Dubs, 53 for the Lakers, so not that much different there. It's the free throw game that really matters. I mean, it's really the difference. The Lakers went to the basket. AD's he's just a different breed. He's just been incredible. Wow, shout out to this. I don't even know what kind of currency this is. Shout out to Bernardo Vivas, the Brazilian. It says 2015-19 Steph is the greatest off-ball player ever and a great on-ball player, but too frail. 2021-23 Steph is a great off-ball and might be the best pick-and-roll ball handler since prime Nash, at least. He isn't as quick, but is stronger. What about CP3 in his prime? I'm not the biggest Chris Paul guy, but he was a pick-and-roll killer for us in the Lob City days. ID86 says $22. Damn, cash at me, please. I'm poor. Hey, man, you producing content or what? Idea86. But anyway, yeah, 23 rebounds for Looney. I thought he was really good. He's just been amazing in the playoffs. Draymond Green, though, 6 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 steal, 3 blocks. The good thing about the Warriors is they only turned the ball over 8 times. But is that more concerning? 8 turnovers. You shot 40% from 3. You shot 14 more shots than the Lakers, and you lost. But on the other hand, Draymond didn't play well. Klay shot 9 for 25, and Steph shot 10 for 24. So if you put them all together, they shot a combined 22 for, 58. 22 for 58. So that's not very good. They're going to be better than that. Draymond had a triple single. He needs to look at the basket. He needs to also guard Anthony Davis, or else his presence out there is just not a thing. He might as well be playing for the Lakers. Andrew Wiggins, 15 points, 6 rebounds. Thought he did a really good job on Braun. 6 for 14 from the field, 1 for 5 from deep, though. He was not hitting his 3-ball, and the Lakers were letting him shoot. He needs to hit that shot, keep the defense honest. I already said JaMychal Green, Gary Payton. Gary Payton has to be a threat offensively because defensively, I mean, he's a great defender, but he's not doing it right now. Was that the right move to get Gary Payton the second back? He has not shown anything in the playoffs so far this year like he did last. JaMychal Green, 6 points. DiVincenzo needs to be better. Jordan Poole, though, I thought he played really well. He was actually a +7, which was the highest of any Warrior. 21 points and 6 dimes. He also didn't turn the ball over at all. 7 for 15 from the field, 6 for 11 from deep. So look, he was 6 for 10 before he shot that last one. I mean, it's hard to argue against it, but it was deep, very deep. And I still think Steph needs to get the last shot. Klay Thompson, 25 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, also no turnovers. 9 for 25 from the field, 6 for 16 from 3. Oh my God. And 1 for 2 from the line. Steph Curry only got 1 foul shot. He probably should have gotten a couple more. But, I mean, not that many, guys. The Warriors were shooting a lot of long jumpers. What do you want me to say? They're getting the screens really high. They're in that shallow drop. Are they going to try to take AD downhill? No, they're not. They're not going to do that. Like, I watched the game. Let's talk about the Lakers. Rui Hachimura was very quiet. Oh, my God, I forgot. Thank God I remembered this. One thing that seemed pretty confusing for the Lakers and part of that run for the Warriors is when they went to a zone. Some variations of 1-2-2, sometimes a little 2-3. The Lakers have a dilemma and expect to see a lot more of this in game 2. In my opinion, if I'm the Lakers, the way you break that zone is you put LeBron in the high post in the middle of the floor and carve them like a fucking turkey. But here's the issue. You want AD in that dunker spot as the lob threat. You want 3 shooters around them. Either, 1 on each wing or 1 on one wing, 1 in the corner. So who do you put in? D'Angelo Russell and Austin Reeves? Then who guards Curry? You don't want Reeves guarding Curry. That's an issue. If you put Vando in for, let's say, D'Lo, then you have a non-shooter, which is the purpose of zone. They'll let that guy shoot all day long. You put in Schroeder with D'Lo and Austin Reeves because Dennis can shoot better. Now Dennis is guarding Steph, but now you have that 3 guards in. So that's the dilemma. And I would do that if I'm the Warriors. Go to that a lot more because that's going to give him some decisions. Now the other guy is Rui Hachimura. My biggest counter I'd say to that would be AD, LeBron, Rui Hachimura, and then D'Lo and Austin Reeves. Rui Hachimura has to be a little bit better than tonight, though. But actually, I mean, he was 2 for 2. It was a pretty quiet game. 6 points, 11 minutes. Let me look at what minutes he played in the second half because I don't really remember anything from him in the second half. Let's see. Vando had to come out at some point. Dennis Schroeder came in for Vando. Rui came in for Reeves at the 3-minute and 47-second mark. Was that all he played? Just the end of the third quarter? Yeah, just the end of the third quarter. And that was a period where it was just kind of even Steven. So, yeah. Rui Hachimura, only 11 minutes. Might have to play more, though. 6 points. But I get why. I mean, the other guys were just really guarding. Troy Brown, 12 minutes. I don't think he was that great. 3 points in the game. Did a decent job at times guarding guys top side, but then there were other times he was struggling and Klay was getting good looks. Dennis Schroeder, 31 minutes played, 19 points, 5 for 10 from the field, 3 assists, 2 boards. What a game for Dennis off the bench. How many steals? 1 steal. Just the cookies on Curry. Really solid game for Dennis. And then the starters, who all played 26-plus minutes. Jared Vanderbilt, 8 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. 2 for 7 from the field, 1 for 3 from deep. That 3 was a big one. Jared Vanderbilt did an amazing job guarding Steph. He made him work. I didn't say Steph Curry's line. 27 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists on 10 for 24 shooting from the field. 6 for 13 from deep. So 4 for 11 from 2 for Steph. The Anthony Davis effect. 6 for 13 from deep. So yes, I do like the 3 ball. 5 5 turnovers, though, for Curry. 5 out of the 8 turnovers came from Steph. So that's just not good enough. He needs to be better. He needs to try to get the ball more. And I think they will. Only 38 minutes, though. I think Kerr has to play him more. He needs to play 40 minutes. He doesn't have the room for error in this series. He has to play 40-plus minutes. So Steph Curry, not good enough. Kerr, also not good enough. I will say. I got to say he's part of it. Let's see. Warriors. Oh, I'm sorry, Vando. Yeah, great job. Great job overall. 10 for 24 is not that great, by the way, for Steph. So I'm taking the way Vando guarded. How about Austin Reeves? 10 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, no turnovers, 4 for 9 from the field and 2 for 5 from deep. He also was tasked with guarding Klay Thompson so much. And, did a decent job. I think he struggled at times, but overall his effort level was really high. And 9 for 25, I mean, you'll take that. Obviously, those are not all with Austin Reeves guarding him, but you held Klay Thompson to a not so great shooting night. How about D'Lo, the big three? I do think they're a big three when D'Lo's playing like that. So by the way, as I said, D'Lo, this is all-star level D'Lo. 9 for 19 from the field, 1 for 5 from 3, huge shot to go ahead, 19 points, 6 dimes, only 1 turnover. He was big time, especially in the second half. And then LeBron, not a very good shooting game, but I think he did other things. 22 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 blocks. The blocks were just big. A little careless with the basketball, 4 turnovers, so half the turnovers came from him. He did not shoot well. He will shoot much better in game 2, I promise you that. But I still think it was a solid game for Bron. 9 for 24 from the field, 1 for 8 from deep. He sacrificed, had a couple of nice off-ball moments, and some good dishes and defensive moments. But the player of the game, the best player on the court, maybe his best playoff game as a Laker, maybe 30 points, 23 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 blocks, and that doesn't account for all the shots that he affects that don't even go in the stat sheet, the shots that he prevents people from taking. 11 for 19 from the field. Only 2 3-point attempts and missed them both. I say stay away from that 3-point line. 8 for 8 from the line. That's huge because AD late in the season was struggling from the foul line. For him to make all his free throws is gigantic. 25 for 29 from the line for the Lakers. So, yes, they may have gotten a lot of free throws, but they made a lot of free throws. 86%. That's absolutely huge, despite a 24% three-point shooting night. 47% from the field as a team. AD played the whole second half. What a win for the Lakers. I think you'll get a better game from LeBron. The question is, will you get that kind of game from Anthony Davis again? That I don't know. I shouldn't say again, but like again in game 2. He'll have another one of those games in the series. I don't know about the 20 rebounds, but he'll be dominant like that on both ends. And right now, AD looks as good as any player in the playoffs right now. This is what Laker fans have been waiting for AD to take the reins from LeBron, as he should. And right now, you're seeing that. And the Warriors, I believe they're in trouble. I laid out the adjustments. They're simple. They'll probably be done, but they're in trouble. I said Warriors in 7, and I'm going to stick with that pick because I don't flip-flop like that. But if I had to redo the pick right now after game 1, I would say Lakers in 6. Because, yeah, I also feel the same way about that Knicks Heat series, which we're going to next. I want to see if my man Fabian will join me if he wants to. I'm up a while ago. NVZ. Let's read the comments for a bit before we shift over to the Knicks. Like Dime said, AD is nobody on the Kings. You got to guard him. And Looney had 10 points and 23 rebounds, but AD had 30, 23, and 4 blocks. This dude, AD, is unreal. Cab. Let's see. AD was ready for game 1, and he showed up. So did D'Lo. My main takeaway from this game was the Lakers was hunting Curry on defense, and it was making him have to guard. The refs this game was so trash, man, and that foul they gave to Poole was so stupid, man. Edwards says Anthony Davis stays more healthy than Kawhi. How pathetic. It's so crazy, man. It's sad that he's playing at such a high level in the playoffs, and our guys were just in the infirmary again. All right. This fool Fabian's going to get on it with us. Oh my God, what am I doing? All right. Let's see. Let me raise this bullshit. Let's get the Knicks and the Heat up. Joining us live now from a New York City cab is
My bad. Yo, hold on. Can I put this on? Let's like I'm joining somebody in a live stream, my brother.
dude. What are you
There we
doing
go.
out this? It's way past your bedtime right now.
Listen,
3 a.m.
The city never sleeps. What you talking about, bro? Get okay. And my man's Dominican, right? Yeah. Y entonces. Come
Well,
on, man.
Dude, 3 a.m. What are you doing out and about on a Tuesday night?
We finished the live watching the Laker game, which was crazy. I heard you all talking about it. Rui, what's his name? Hachimura. He didn't do well. Anthony Davis killed them boys. But that's what we were doing. We're doing the live. I was on it with Turbo, Flea, the whole gang, man. All ball
right.
TV.
Hold on. Joining us now from a New York City cab is Fabian Respect TV to talk about the Knicks and the Heat. The Knicks tying up the series at 1 game apiece. I did show up to my TV a little bit late. I didn't see the first quarter. So before we get really into the game, please let me know, were there any immediate adjustments you saw? First of all, Julius Randle back for the Knicks in this one. Huge. And before we get started, I want to thank Bernardo for the super chat. He says, Warriors need to make AD and LBJ defend in space. Pick and roll for Steph. Handoffs for Klay with their man is the way. CP3 was great, but Steph shoots 42% off the dribble threes. So did Nash. CP3 can't shoot 62% on middies. Hashtag levels to this. Anyway.
That was a lot.
Yeah?
No, that was a lot.
Yeah. Well, credit to I agree with all that. Although I do think they were doing handoffs for Klay. But
yo, your commentators, your man said he still has wired headphones. I'll catch him some wireless, fam. Yo, I like the wired headphones better. Idea 86, whatever your name is.
Why is your boy
Nick?
I'm sorry. Why does your boy Nick Pillow never show up to these late night lives? He only shows up to the daytime lives.
Nick Pillow, get it together, Nick Pillow. I'm sorry. Did the Knicks make adjustments?
Yes.
Nah, I think it was the lack of Jimmy Butler and Julius Randle, the addition of Julius Randle to the game, bro. Like he almost had a triple double. Josh on the left hand side, my bad. And then Julius Randle added him to the game. It's over. That was the big difference. And then Brunson turning it up at then in the fourth quarter.
So basically, Julius Randle, the one thing I noticed immediately and that the Lakers missed, the Knicks missed, was him drawing double teams. You saw the Heat double teaming him, showing him that attention. He was creating some good looks for other guys. RJ Barrett, another solid game shooting the basketball. And the Knicks
in the first
quarter. But the one thing I was surprised at was without Jimmy Butler, who missed the game with a sprained ankle. So we talked about that after the last game. Is Jimmy Butler going to play? Does he need to play, given that the Heat stole game 1? Now, I'll mute your mic for a second because whatever that is loud. But the one thing I saw was that the Heat were still getting so many good looks. And that's what was surprising to me, even without Jimmy Butler. Bam Adebayo was being used as the initiator. He was getting the ball out at like the high post foul line area. And credit to Spo, man. He brought out the whole playbook in this game. Just like with a lot of different dribble handoffs, Bam setting back screens, a lot of off-ball movement, getting these guys open shots. What did you think as a Knicks fan of your defense in the first half? Because guys like, again, this Heat supporting cast, Gabe Vincent, Caleb Martin, these guys have gone crazy in the playoffs.
Shout out to Ryan Russillo on the Bill Simmons podcast. He said that the way the Golden State Warriors recruit players, especially in high school, they have to be like top-rated draft picks, right? Or top recruited players from high school. So I'm wondering, what is the criteria for the Miami Heat players, bro? They all have a handle, and they can all get to the basket. And when they get to the basket, they can make that skip pass. Just high IQ guys.
Yeah.
A bunch of tenacity. And we don't have that. Like I told you, my number one fear, one of my fears with the Knicks is, yo, Emmanuel quickly doesn't even have a crossover. I don't know if anybody has watched this yet. Nah, I just came from Harlem, Edward. I was just uptown right now. I'm downtown right now. And the Heat have like 3 of those guys: Gabe Vincent, Caleb Martin. We just make them look like all-stars, and they're willing to accept the challenge. So they get to the basket, they make these passes, and they're willing to make the extra pass because we can crowd the paint, and then we cover the first 2 or 3 passes, and it's that 4th pass that Miami has to make that they make, and they destroy us. That corner, and they always shoot the corner 3-pointer. Julius Randle, horrendous on the coverage for that last play. That last, what do you call that play in basketball? That like in football, it's called the last option. It's like the last option in the whole entire play.
I don't know if there's
the
a
Heat
net.
were getting it off.
Oh, look who it is!
Nick Pillow. Nick Pillow.
He got off his pillow, got off his ass, and tuned into the live late at night.
Let's go.
But another guy I'm forgetting, Max Strus, 17 points tonight. But so the Knicks went into halftime, 51-54. They were down.
Yeah.
Third quarter, Jalen Brunson started to get going, but I saw the Heat the majority of that second half in a 2-3 zone. And I'm not going to lie, I was pulling my hair out at the stupidity of the Knicks offense. Every time they put someone in the high post or in the middle of the floor, they would get a good shot, like whether it was an open 3 or like a guy cutting on the baseline. But when they just wanted to stand around at the 3-point line and RJ Barrett or someone's trying to dribble by the zone or just get one screen, and they're not moving the ball side to side, it's just Julius Randle especially does not look up quick enough.
No.
He's missing guys wide open, like not even cross-court passes or out of the post, literally just dribbling at the top, and he's not putting his head up. Am I the only one that's seeing that?
No, but that's been happening all season. And All Ball, he was saying that he was like, he wants the movement, the ball movement, and we need to run an offensive set. I'm like, when the hell do you think we're going to get that? That's not our offense. Our offense is one-on-one, and really it's predicated on going to the basket or getting those short rebounds so we can allow Mitchell Robinson and Josh Hart to get the offensive rebound and extend the play. I keep telling y'all the same thing. Tom Thibodeau runs his game management is that of like a Bill Parcells defense, a super defensive football team where you drain the clock with the offense. They run the ball in football. Well, in basketball, if you get an offensive rebounder like Mitchell Robinson and Josh Hart, guess what? You went from having a shot clock at 24 seconds. Now you have your possession at like 30 to 38 seconds at a time. So you get 5 to 10 of those a game. It changes everything. And now you play intense defense. Now you have a grueling, low-paced game. But you're not going to get Julius Randle reading the defense beautifully out of nowhere. Not going to happen, bro.
Well, I will say, even though there were times where he was missing the open man, there were also times where he hit in the open man just a little bit late, and Josh Hart was able to knock down a couple threes. Jalen Brunson had, I think, he was 5 for 7 in the third quarter, so he woke up, also hitting the mid-range as he always does. Quentin Grimes actually ended up closing this game instead of RJ Barrett. That was something that he was asked about, and Tibbs said he liked the defensive look. I think eventually Miami started coming back down to earth, but there was a time in that fourth quarter where I thought you were going to lose for a second because Caleb Martin was just making threes, making plays. Max Strus hit a left wing 3. I mean, they were just hitting. Bam Adebayo only shot 10 times, but he was doing a good job with his, court vision and stuff like that. But Caleb Martin, 22 points in the game, led the way for the Heat. But I'm not. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm not impressed with Bam Adebayo. Like he has the motor of are you hearing me well?
Yeah, I hear you perfectly.
Okay, good. Bam Adebayo's motor is not like he should be a number 1 guy. He can easily do whatever the hell he wants to do, and he kind of plays in the flow in the offense, and that's great. You always want your star to do that, but you also want your star to play like a star. And luckily, he doesn't do that because he would kill us. But the other thing is, we didn't play RJ Barrett at the end of the game for the last 6 minutes. We went on a 21-7 run. And that was my thing with I was trying to explain the All Ball. he loved the fact that RJ Barrett started and he scored 16 points. Where would we have been? And my thing was, well, what if we started the game with Grimes, and we had a 21-7 run then? Like, pick your poison. So I've always said RJ Barrett and Randle don't mix. Like, that decision has to be made. And if this isn't
You
proof
don't
enough,
think they
I
can
don't know
play
what to tell you.
together?
No, bro. They sat Randle down in the Cavs series at one of these fourth quarters before he went down.
He wasn't playing that well. I mean, in this game, what? Let's see what he was. He had 25 points, 12 rebounds, 8 assists. That's crazy, man. 3 turnovers only, 8 for 18 from the field. The 3 for 9 from 3 he can do without. I mean, 50% of your shots should not be threes. He's not as good of a 3-point shooter to be doing that.
No, and but it's something to figure out with Randle and RJ Barrett, because he was getting RJ Barrett open. It's just hard for them to, like, they're slow, methodical guys, and they're not super elite one-on-one creators.
Yeah.
Or playmakers. Like, Randle's game is just clunky. RJ Barrett doesn't play low IQ. If RJ Barrett had Randle's body, he could possibly be a top 5 guy in the league. Like, RJ Barrett has that confidence.
Top
and he
5?
has
Do you think so?
Bro, Randle's, like, people sleep on Randle, bro. He plays every game. He's only recently gotten into, like, his injury trouble, and he's a monster. He can have a handle. If he had the IQ of a Barrett plays with a better IQ. He's not built like that. But it just is what it is. We won the game. Am I worried? You gotta be worried, because the Heat. I know we said we were gonna sweep them. I said we were gonna sweep them. But they that is the adjustment Spoelstra made from the beginning of the series. We're gonna crowd that paint, and we're not giving up the rebounding edge. They got Mitchell Robinson in foul trouble early. Now they took off your best offensive rebounder. Now what? Harris needs to play more minutes. He played an incredible fourth quarter, by the way.
I was just about to say that you had only 3 more offensive rebounds than them, but you still out-rebounded them on the offensive glass nonetheless. And on the overall glass game, let's see, it was 34-50 in favor of you guys. Isaiah Hartenstein, shout out to him, former Clipper. Amazing fourth quarter. Hustle plays, going for loose balls, hitting that little push shot, rebounding. Big time fourth quarter by Isaiah. Shout out to the super chat, Idea 86. But also Jalen Brunson, another big second half, man. What more can you say about this guy?
Jalen Brunson had 7 points at halftime, so that means he scored 23 in the second half. He went off. That's what we paid him for, because he's not the guy that, again, he was pushing the ball up, and he's not really going to get the ball going, energized like that. He's a one-on-one guy, and he needs that energy or the momentum to get the shot that he wants. I don't see him being, again, the difference between him and Trae Young is, like, Trae Young's passing. Like, Trae Young's vision is insane, and then the execution of his passes. Brunson doesn't have that, but he has that step-back shot, and he has the resilience. He just came out there and really, that's part of our leadership. But again, it's not all him. It's not all Randle. It's the collection of the team. IQ, I'm still disappointed in you, IQ. He started finally hitting 2 floaters, by the way. He got to the paint, and he hit those 2 floaters. But we got to see more of that. Josh Hart came up big time with 2 corner 3-pointers.
3-pointers with the 2 corner threes. And that offensive rebound he got where he missed it short, that was just all willpower right there. I wanted more, and athleticism, of course. But I'm telling you,
ever since he was on the Pelicans, I saw his rebound, because he's the kind of guy that you see. He's a rookie. He's on the Lakers, and you go, he's clearly talented, but, like, what is he going to be? He's going to be a scorer, and he chose his path as, like, this energy guy, super rebounder as a 6 foot 6'7" guy.
What Josh Hart is 6'5".
6'5". So, I mean, we don't expect him to be Barkley, but he's just impactful enough.
6'4". He's listed at 6'4" on ESPN.
That's crazy. He's impactful enough to just do this. But the one thing he has to do is never, like, anytime he crosses half court while bringing the ball up, it scares the hell out of me, because he attempts to go to the basket and they rip him every time, and it's hilarious. Or he misses the layup. It's
tunnel
just
vision
hilarious.
for sure. Tunnel vision for sure. Let's read some of the lines for Miami. Only a 9-man rotation for them. Cody Zeller in that zone. He only played 7 minutes, 2 points. Again, got nothing much to say about him. Haywood Highsmith played 15 minutes, 5 points, 2 for 3. Again, nothing much to say about him. I was watching this game from a Knicks perspective, Knicks fan, because it was It was a must-win for them. How about Kyle Lowry? 31 minutes. It wasn't the same kind of game for him as game one. Just 6 points, 4 boards, 6 assists on 3 for 9 shooting and 0 for 4 from deep. The one thing I also think that was keeping the Heat in the game, they only turned the ball over 6 times. You guys turned the ball over 10 times, so you weren't terrible turning the ball over, but
No, and our points off, if I'm not mistaken, our points off turnovers were major, though. I think we had 23 to their 10. Can you see that there? Or
let me check. Points off turnovers, 22-9 in favor of the Knicks. Yes.
Okay. So
that's good.
Right, but Kyle Lowry, again, he still was efficient. We didn't expect him to have a 2010 game.
Is he efficient? He shot 33% from the field and 0% from 3.
Yeah, but they were in the game, bro. Like, it wasn't like he was making bad decisions. He was being pesky. He was being the normal Kyle Lowry. I'm dirty. He's a dirty player. He dragged down Julius Randle at one point with an arm bar, and Julius Randle just sat on him. I was proud of him. Get dirty back with him. But that's, again, Miami has that mantra, man. And Jimmy Butler, we got to salute him because he came in the Garden talking that ish with slippers on, pointing to the crowd at the end of the game like, I'm going to see you back when we get back here, when we get back to the Garden. I love him. You got to respect the guy like that, man. You got to respect the villain.
Absolutely. Max Strus, 17 points, 7 for 12 from the field and 3 for 7 from deep. Really solid game from Strus. Duncan Robinson, 9 points. He played 21 minutes, actually. 3 for 8
hit a big
from
shot.
Deep. What'd you say?
Big three-pointer in the corner. He hit over Randle, I believe.
Yeah, late in the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when Randle. Yeah.
Yes.
When Randle stepped over the line out of bounds.
Right before that, we were up
108. It was 108 to 100.
108 to 100 at that point? No. Now when he hit the 3, because at his 3-pointer made him down, brought them down by 3, if I'm not mistaken.
So I think it was 102 to 108, but it was just 100 to 108 a second before that.
But it was when Josh Hart was shooting the free throws and all balls like, we got this wrapped up. I said, bro, it's only a 2-possession game with like 40 seconds left, and Julius Randle's on the court. No. Like, please, we need a 3-possession game at this point.
Yeah. Duncan Robinson, 3 for 8 from 3, 9 points. Not much there. So for the late 3 for 8 from deep. And then let's go with Caleb Martin. Actually, no, Kevin Love. Played 24 minutes, 8.6 boards. Just 2 for 9 from the field and 2 for 8 from 3. So not really the same kind of game for Love as he had in game 1.
They got him out of there, and which was weird because, again, he's older. That's not weird. He is older, but that's the thing about Spoelstra, man. We were just talking about the greatest coaches of all time, and we were comparing, like, they were saying Steve Kerr, is he top 5? I'm like, how can he be?
I wouldn't say he's top 5, dude.
Right. How can he be top 5 ever if he's not even top 5 now? Because he's definitely not above Spoelstra. Spoelstra is amazing.
He is amazing.
He said, Kevin Love, you ain't got it tonight? Sit down. No ego, no nothing. Sit down. That's the move. Kyle Lowry go in there. Caleb Martin go in there. Wouldn't you pay him $100 million to go coach your team?
$100?
$100 million.
Oh, yeah.
For 5 years? For like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
You need that guy there.
Caleb Martin, another amazing performance. It feels like every single game of the playoffs, this guy has played well. So active, really athletic, and he's knocking down the 3 ball with a lot of consistency. 22 points and 8 rebounds for him. 8 for 15 from the field. 4 for 8 from 3. 50%. I mean, amazing. And then Bam Adebayo, only 10 shot attempts. You would expect him to take more if you're a Heat fan. 15 points, 8 boards, 6 assists. Definitely wanted to take more shots than that. Just 1 block. Then Gabe Vincent, another really solid game for him. 21 points, 5 assists, no turnovers, 7 for 17 from the field, but just 33% from 3, 4 for 12. Yes?
Was Gabe Vincent the guy that hit the 2 threes at the end? Or, I'm mistaken. Caleb Martin's a little taller than him. But Gabe Vincent and who's the other guys? Another point guard or guard, combo guard. I confuse the hell out of them. I'm like, who the hell is Highsmith? Highsmith. Never heard him before in my life. Never heard. What are we talking about right now? But he came in there and did his thing. I'm sorry, I answered you, Don.
No problem. As for the Knicks, who won 111 to 105, they shot 45% from the field, 40% from 3, 16 for 40. Heat shot 9 more threes, only made 1 more though, 35% from 3 for them. So it looks like the Heat are trying to take a lot of threes in this series. The Knicks shot 30 free throws. Heat only 17. Both shot 70%. Heat shot 71% if you want to round. But 21 for 30 for New York, 12 for 17 for Miami. Knicks played a 9-man rotation with quickly getting the least amount of minutes. 3 for 7 from the field, 6 points. What did you think of IQ not getting that many minutes?
He got to earn them. I'm surprised Toppin didn't get less minutes. I thought he would have finished with the least amount of minutes. And
He had 10, 0 for 2, 0 points. So not with Julius Randle back in the lineup, not much burn for Obi Toppin. Quickly still hasn't had a nuclear game in these playoffs.
He has not showed up at all. Versus Cleveland and versus Miami. Is it because they're guard orientated? Is it because he's not that guy? Is he scared in the lights right now? I'm not sure. I know Jared Allen admitted himself that he was scared of the lights in the first round for the Cavaliers, so it is a real thing. But IQ, we need him to be IQ. That's the reason why we had our next man up mentality. He's a part of that. Going back to the free throw disparity, we were 4th in the league in free throws attempted anyway, so that's not shocking. Or 3rd behind the Lakers, and I want to say either Atlanta or Detroit for the season. So that's not a shocker, but we just suck at making free throws. And by the way, again, kudos to Julius Randle. If I'm not mistaken, he didn't miss 1 free throw.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
21 minutes, Mitchell Robinson. He was in foul trouble, as you said. 6 points, 5 rebounds, only 2 for 3 from the field, and didn't even have a block. Do you think he was rendered ineffective tonight?
Because of the early foul trouble. He got his 4th foul in the 3rd quarter as well, so that kind of that messed him up.
Quentin Grimes, 26 minutes, 3 points, 3 boards, 1 block, 1 for 3 from the field, and 0 for 2 from deep. But I think his impact did not go in the stat sheet. I think he played good defense in that second half.
I thought he was as well, and again, he also energized the play. He had 1 bad pass off of a second chance offensive rebound we had, but for the most part, again, there's something to getting rid of that ball as quickly as possible and making the right decision on offense. And I don't know, for whatever reason, RJ Barrett and Randall just weren't doing that, but he was a part of the 21-7 run in the 4th quarter.
Yes, sir. And then Isaiah Hartenstein, 26 minutes.
Yes.
3 points, 9 rebounds, a steal and a block, 4 offensive rebounds. Amazing impact in this game. Huge. Love to see that from Isaiah. Not surprised one bit. And the Garden crowd gave him the appreciation. Josh Hart, 33 minutes played, 14 points, 11 rebounds, 9 assists. Just 1 assist away from a triple-double. 1 steal. What a game from Josh Hart. 1 offensive rebound, that big one we referenced earlier from that corner 3 miss. 4 for 11 from the field, but he made 2 out of his 4 threes. Huge game from Josh Hart.
And I hope his back is all right, because he landed on his back or strained his back on a play. Forgot who was trying to take the ball from him. Maybe Kyle Lowry, that dirty bastard. But Josh Hart hurt his back. He missed 1 free throw. He's just Josh Hart, bro. Initially when we traded for him, I was a bit skeptical, like I said on the live earlier, because he's a part of the Leon Rose family tree. You know, that was the Villanova cat along with Jalen Brunson. But hopefully it will lead to getting Mikal Bridges or something like that, because he's clearly been a super addition. Like, when you sign Tom Thibodeau, get the players that fit his mold, fit his system. Josh Hart is perfect for that system, bro. How many more offensive rebounds does he have to get to prove us to anybody? He's starting finally like he should have been a long time ago. And he's in New York. He fits that New York character.
Yep, absolutely does. RJ Barrett didn't play the end of the game, but 24 points. Another efficient game, another 20-plus point game. You're getting what you need in that scoring department from RJ ever since Game 3 of that Cavs series. 8 for 17 from the field and a very efficient 5 for 9 from deep.
Yeah, that was shocking. He was on fire. And just a great call by Tibbs to sit him down, because at the end of the day, if there's anything RJ Barrett has proven as a Knick, he's super clutch, bro. He's super clutch. So it's tough to sit him down. I know Thibodeau did the same thing with Randall, like I mentioned in the Cavs in a previous series. But come on now. It has to be tough to sit down RJ Barrett. Sorry for the noise. to sit down R.J. Barrett after 16 points in the first quarter, if I'm not mistaken. Just amazing.
Julius Randle, 25 points, 12 rebounds, 8 assists. Overall, big impact. Needed him. 8 for 18 from the field, 3 for 9 from deep. As I said, I don't like the threes as much. I think he cut those down. 6 for 6 from the line. He should move the ball quicker, but overall, big impact. And then my player of the game, Jalen Brunson. Again, 30 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. He was a plus 12, 10 for 19 from the field, 60% from 3, 6 for 10, 4 for 4 from the line. The Knicks win it 111-105. Final takeaways.
A lot of us are nervous about going to Miami if Jimmy Butler is playing. You know it's going to be big time. We got to box out Jimmy Butler because I thought he led the first game in rebounding, but Mitchell Robinson had 14. If I'm not mistaken, the second leading rebounder was Jimmy Butler. He's just a winner. Like they said, we have to go rebound more because that's what the Knicks do. And they went out and did it. He's going to be the guy that leads them. He's in the middle of the game just talking to them while on the sideline like another coach out there. Just the way that that organization is ran from the head coach down to the 12th man, that is just dope to watch. I like that we won. We showed resiliency, and I like that we showed some in-game, strategy, some in-game adjustment by Tom Thibodeau. It's gonna be a slugfest. Even if we win, even if whoever wins in whether it's 5 games or 7 games now, it's tough. Every possession is grueling. I love it.
Well, I'm going to go with, I already said Knicks in 7 before the series started. If I had to change my pick right now, I would go with Heat in 6, but I'm going to stick with Knicks in 7 for the people. But the Heat it's really to me about, obviously if Jimmy plays, but mainly, can the Heat supporting cast continue this? That's the main thing that I'm questioning.
Right.
But anyways, thank you guys so much for joining us. Please let me know what you thought. Now to the live subscribers waiting patiently in the chat. Super chats are turned on if you want to drop $1 or a dime. Peace. What's up, y'all? I won't be on for that much longer, guys, because I got to record Locked On Clippers, but they still got me doing 5 episodes a week in this month of May when we're out.
That's crazy.
I know.
Yo, I'm gonna take the elevator and then I'm gonna rejoin you if you want.
All right, I think I should probably end it.
Really?
Yeah, it's just I don't want to fall asleep. Like I want to edit it, Not this, but like I got to do Locked On, and it can be.
I got you.
Be tedious. But thanks for joining me, man. Thank you everybody for joining. Appreciate it. Please comment on this video right now your thoughts on both games right now for the algorithms. Peace.